What if I told you that you can draw this beautiful face from this tricky angle step by step? Today, I'll show you exactly how to do it, using just a sketchbook and one single pencil.
Let's go. We always start with a circle, but in this angle, it might throw you off. Don't worry, just focus with me. In this angle, things are actually simple. We place the circle right on top of the head, touching the highest point, then across the forehead on the left, and around the back of the head on the right. These are the 3 key points of our circle. And the bottom? Don't worry about it. Once the circle is correct, the lower part will fall into place naturally. And there you go. That's our circle in this position. And by the way, if you want to master the Loomis method in detail, from 0 to advanced, you can grab my full drawing course. The link will pop up here, and you'll also find it in the description below. Next comes the horizontal line. We call it the brow line. It runs right through the eyebrows and extends all the way to the top of the ear. Now the vertical line, it splits the face from the brows through the mouth down to the chin, following the curve of the head from the top. Now this step is very important. It decides whether the face will look correct or completely off. We draw 2 horizontal lines, both parallel to the brow line. One at the top, starting from the hairline, this is the hairline, and another at the bottom, at the base of the nose. This is the nose line. Mark them carefully because many key features depend on these 2 lines. Now look at the end of the eyebrow. Place a mark right there. From this point, we start drawing the side cut of the sphere. It runs from here, passing through the hairline at the top and the nose line at the bottom, until it meets the edge of the circle. This side cut is very important, so make sure you place it correctly. To set the chin, we create one more space, equal to the 2 spaces above, from the hairline to the brow line, and from the brow line to the nose line. That same distance down gives us the chin line. And this step is the easiest one, drawing the jawline. On the right side, start from the middle of the side cut. Drop a vertical line down and connect it to the chin. On the left side, simply connect the chin to the outside edge of the circle. And that's it. The jaw is done. Do you see this blue line running from the top of the ear, curving across the cheek and meeting the chin on the right? Its job is simple but important. It sets the width of the mouth. The ear should always sit in this lower outer quarter of the side cut. After that, we quickly place the features: the eye socket, a small circle for the nose, and the width of the mouth, using the blue line we drew earlier. And that's it. The foundation is done. Now we're ready to move on to the features. Let's go. Let's start with the nose. First, I draw a second circle for the side of the nose, the little bump you see on the right. It's a bit smaller than the front circle. Then I darken the tip of the nose, and here's the important part: keep the same curves. If you mess up the curves, you'll end up with a completely different nose, maybe even a potato. Next, I sketch a simple nostril and a light line for the side of the nose. Don't make it too heavy. Finally, just a touch of shading on the bridge makes it pop out. And that's it. Nose done, quick and easy, no sweat. All right, nose done. Now let's drop down to the mouth. To get the lips right, we first draw that little area connecting the nose to the mouth. You see that tiny bump? A simple line and a few light strokes are enough. Then I focus carefully on the line between the lips. This line decides the whole expression, so don't mess it up. Next, I shape the lower lip with the right curve. Then the upper lip, keeping the same natural flow. A bit of shading inside and some tiny curves to show the lips are rounded, and boom, it starts looking real. Finally, I spread a little shading around the mouth, above and below, just to settle it into the face. Simple, easy, like drawing lips on autopilot. Now, let's move up to the eyebrows. We start with the left one. Notice how it connects naturally to the nose line as it rises on the left. Because we're drawing a semi-side view, this left eyebrow appears shorter. The right eyebrow, on the other hand, is fully visible. Make sure it has the same length and angle as in the reference. Also, keep in mind the right one sits slightly higher while the left is a bit lower. For the hair strokes, just use the side of your pencil. Light, simple strokes. Don't make them too thick or it won't look realistic. Now I draw the earring at the end of the ear. Super simple, just a small circle. Then, below that, I sketch the upper part of her blouse, keeping it basic, just the outer lines, the visible shoulder, and a few light shades in my own style. By the way, I explain this shading style in detail in my full drawing course. You'll find the link in the description and right below this video, and trust me, it will help you a lot. And now let's move to the crown of the head. the hair, my friends. I like to start with the larger area, which is right above the ear. From there, I draw the outline going up to the hairline we marked earlier, so we get the full shape of the hair inside the face. Then, I define it from the outside as well. Remember, the key to drawing hair is setting those main outer and inner boundaries first. Without them, the hair will lose its shape. Once the outlines are in place, I add the main locks, those long, visible strands that stand out. Don't try to draw every single tiny hair. That takes forever and looks messy. This is sketching, so we keep it bold and simple. After the main locks are done, I add a few smaller strokes inside to bring life to the hair and finish with some light shading using the side of the pencil. That way, you get nice areas of light and shadow, which makes the hair look much more realistic. Tip: always think of hair as big shapes first, and only later as strands. This will save you time and keep your drawing clean. And finally, let's draw the eyes. First, I set a horizontal guideline that tilts with the same angle as the eyebrows. On this line, I draw the crease above the eyelid. Remember, there's always a darker fold above the upper lid. I keep both eyes sitting firmly on that line, making sure they share the same curve. Next, I drop down to draw the upper eyelid itself. Usually it follows the same curve as the crease above. Think of it like copy-paste. Then, I add the tear duct on the right eye and finish with the lower eyelid. This closes the shape and makes the eye look real. Now, I place the iris in the correct spot, slightly to the right, since the gaze is toward the right side. A bit of shading inside, plus a highlight with a white gel pen, and the eye immediately comes to life.
And that's it, my friends. The drawing is complete. Now it's your turn. Grab your pencil, try this reference yourself, and see how much you can improve. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share it with a fellow artist. And if you want to master the Loomis method in detail, from zero to drawing any head at any angle, check out my full Loomis drawing course. The link is right below in the description. Trust me, it will take your portrait drawing to the next level.